Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by and taking a look at our business opportunity overview. So in the next 20 minutes or so, I just want to spend some time sharing with you how it is that more and more of us are running very profitable businesses and sometimes even global businesses, literally working from home flexibly. More and more people I coach now are doing our business around full-time jobs and also other commitments. So why is that? So we're going to take a look at that. Now you may have been sent this link either by myself or by someone in our team, but if you have any remaining questions at the end of these 20 minutes, hopefully not too many, then I'd encourage you to get in touch with the person who sent you this link. But just quickly to introduce myself, my name is Anne Shorthouse, and I've been working alongside Forever Living for the past 6 years now. Now I started because I just needed some money whilst I was job hunting because I had just been made redundant, and my friend thought highly enough of me to introduce me to this business opportunity as a way of earning some money, literally around being what I call a full-time job hunter. I was very nervous about it because I'd never done anything like this before, and I started using the products, but actually I started making money literally from the first month. I then was continuously job hunting. Now this was of course the beginning of a recession, so I knew it was going to take me a while to find a job, and I'm going to come back to my story and tell you a little bit more about what Forever has done for me. But really this is about you, and being able to show you how you can also run a business around other commitments, working flexibly from home. Because the fact is, not everyone wants a 9-to-5 job anymore, but so many people are looking at ways of creating either an extra income or being able to work flexibly from home, but so many fear having their own business, and that's where Forever comes in. But I'd just like to encourage you to take a look at this and just think about where you are at and where you want to be. You know, if time and money were no object, who would you be with? What would your lifestyle be like right now? And what's important to you? So just have a quick scan of this slide and think about what it is that is important to you. Because we all have different hopes or dreams, but I think it's important that we all ask ourselves, if we could go on doing what we're currently doing, will I be able to achieve all of these hopes and dreams? So let's see if we can show you a way of potentially making some changes and getting a little bit closer to them. So just to tell you a little bit about the background of the company. Now this was really important to me because, you know, if you're going to work alongside a company, you want to understand, actually more than understand, even love the company and the ethos of the company. That's very much what Forever is about, is, it's working in a nurturing, family-orientated environment. So, Forever have been going for over 35 years, which I'll show you on one of the next slides. But what I loved about it when I looked at this is that we actually have business owners in over 150 countries now, which means it's a truly global opportunity. So some of you might now be thinking, oh, I don't know anyone abroad, but actually you might meet someone or know someone who knows someone abroad. And it's just great to be able to build a global, truly global network. And I have travelled a lot with the company, and also I've also got a global business for that reason, which is really exciting. The other thing which stood out for me with this company is that they're cash rich and debt free, and they're underpinned by assets, $1.5 billion worth of assets all around the world as well, mainly in real estate. And to me that just meant that it's a family run, privately owned company, and I thought that just says a lot about the company. We've also got a very long-standing management team in place as well. Huge turnover and growing really quickly, and I'll show you why in a minute. And with ongoing global expansion plans as well. And we've won awards in the UK for the way we do business as well, which we'll have a closer look at. Now this is our head office in Warwickshire, where a lot of trainings take place. lovely building with an open door policy, and we can even use the office space there for personal meetings. Now, the company was founded in 1978. It's been going in the UK since 1993. And it is absolutely incredible what has happened literally in the last 12 months in the UK with Forever. Very, very exciting times. I've never seen a quicker growth rate. And again, I'm going to show you why that might be. But in the UK, as I said, we've won awards. The main one of which really is the Investor and People Award, which is, to those who don't know, is a really prestigious award saying that the support and training within a company is second to none. And I'll come back to tell you a little bit more about the training. But, you know, to a company where, and when I was introduced to this graph, I'm not that much of a digital person, but I just thought, you know, for a family-run business to have grown every single year, year on year for the past 35 years, is quite amazing, really. And since I haven't come across another company which can say that. But when my friend introduced me to this graph and she pointed out that this turnover has been achieved by people like you and me running this business on a small or a big scale, literally around your kitchen table, I thought that is quite powerful. So that support and training, the fact that the company has won this prestigious award for its personal growth kind of a system, is very, very exciting. So that's a graph. I mean, you know, what has the world thrown at any company in the last 35 years? Quite a bit, I'd say. Yet last year, especially in the UK, we had by far our best year yet. So really, really exciting times. And you know, when I started my business, I set out to research why that is. I wanted to understand before I decided to actually totally stop job hunting and take this business super seriously. That's exactly what I did. I just needed to know and understand, why is it that this company has seen this consistent, continuous growth over the last 35 years, despite the fact that it's privately owned and family led? So now the first thing I found is that obviously any company is as good as its product. So the product range needs to be there, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Secondly, I don't know if that this surprises some of you, but it did totally surprise me because I didn't know much about the sector. But the health and nutrition sector is the quickest growing sector in the world at the moment. It's independently predicted to be the next $1 trillion industry, already creating the most millionaires, and it is I mean, the company literally weren't even expecting to see that amount of growth we had in the UK in the last 12 months. So really, really exciting time and an exciting marketplace. But the third reason why this business is growing so quickly is that is the way the company market and distribute their products, because it's all based, as you'll see in a minute, and I'll explain that further, on kind of word of mouth marketing. But really, it gives normal people the chance of achieving extraordinary things and an extraordinary income as well. Okay, so let's have a closer look, first of all, at the products. And now some of you, or actually most of the people I speak to, have already heard of aloe vera, which is great. It's really getting out there now. You know, it's nothing new. It's been used for thousands and thousands of years. Gandhi, Cleopatra, are said to have used it. So the history of aloe vera is actually really interesting. But it's just now where I feel more and more people are asking about natural products. And, you know, I feel a lot of us are more aware of what we're putting in and on our bodies. That's why it's kind of the coming of age of aloe vera, really. Now, I just saw it, before I started my business, I honestly have to say, I just saw it as lotions and potions, as this natural plant for lotions and potions. There's actually much more to it than meets the eye. It's a general health tonic, so you can drink it, and a lot of people, in fact that's our best-selling product, drink it every day just to kind of flush out their digestion, just generally to enhance the immune system. And it's also a natural cleanser. It also speeds up cell growth, so it's very, very healing and soothing. And it's also, apart from digestion, just general immune system, skin, energy levels, mobility. We've been able to help quite a few people just get a little bit of mobility back. and all sorts of things really. So lots of people we can help with our products. What I failed to say actually is that my background is in the charity sector, and I went into the sector because I thought it's the best and the only way for me to be able to make a difference. But you know, I'm helping more people with our products and our opportunity than any charity I ever worked for. So these products are really, really helping people. So that's a little bit about aloe vera. What I loved about this company straight away is the fact that they have a 60-day money-back guarantee on all of their products, even the very famous Clean 9 and the Fit programs, which are weight management and cleansing programs. They all come with a 60-day satisfaction guarantee. And I must honestly say that without that guarantee, I wouldn't be here today. My business wouldn't be where it is, because I had never done anything like this before. But if you can tell a friend, a customer, that they will get their money back unless they get results. That just gave me, I don't know about you, but that just gave me a huge amount of confidence in A, the ethos of the company, B, the products, but C, also my ability to do this business. Now you can see down there we've got lots of different accolades as well, but just to sum it all up, it really means that our products can be used by anyone and everyone across the globe. This was one of the most important slides for me, and that was to understand why Forever's aloe vera is unique. So it's quite interesting to know that actually Forever literally owns 85% of the world's harvested aloe vera. Okay, all of the plants are herbicide and pesticide free. Company only use the inner leaf gel, which is the nutritious part. That's the superfood. That's kind of one of the most nutritious foods on the planet. And the company have developed a system whereby they don't heat treat the products, because that is actually the cheapest way of stabilising this product, because it's like a banana. It will oxidise, it will go off if you leave it out. So you need to find a way of keeping it fresh, active and alive. And this company has a patented way of doing that just by adding natural fruit and veggie enzymes. What that means is, and there was actually an article in the New York Times recently saying that our aloe vera, Forever's aloe vera, is the closest you can get to just snapping off a leaf, and it's in a highly concentrated version as well. So they don't use any heat, so it's a cold pressing system which retains all the active nutrients and ingredients. Okay, but you know, I'm not an expert on aloe vera, but the great thing about this is that you don't have to be. It's all about just getting to know the product, using the products, you know, seeing what they do to yourself, but also learning about them. So we've got a lot of online learning, but also these 4 advisory board members, they travel the country and do a lot of absolutely fabulous trainings. Now, Dr. Peter Atherton on the left is considered the world leading authority on aloe vera. Absolutely brilliant training. We've got a nutritionist on our advisory board, a very famous vet actually, who very often gets called in where the veterinary profession doesn't always have a clear answer, and he uses our products complementary as much as possible on animals. Very fascinating training as well. And then there's Louise Riley, who's our beauty and skincare expert, but she's also now training on a very, very growing market, and that is the sports nutrition market as well. Okay, so just to run you through some of the products we have, the nutritional health drinks make up about 60% of this company's turnover, and that's where we're seeing great results. And you know, one of the things I love about this business is the fact when, you know, that I know I've been able to help one of my friends or just general customers improve their health naturally, generally with this health drink. Skincare, more and more people are asking about natural skincare. Supplements, that's a market which is growing as well. As I've already mentioned, sports performance, weight management. Last year we had one of the most Googled diets in the UK. It's not strictly speaking a diet, it's a cleanse, but all sorts of products which can be used on animals. Skincare, cosmetics, so a whole range of different products, but the company prides itself in very, very well researched and balanced products. Okay, so that's what they specialise in. So if anyone is looking for nutritional supplements or very natural skincare, it really is a product range to explore. So far to the products, I just want to spend a little bit of time now talking about how we market and distribute our products worldwide, because we don't sell through shops. The way we work through a method called team marketing, and it is one of the quickest growing marketing methods used by companies in the 21st century. And the power of that is that with a shop, of course, you've got investments, you've got rigid working hours, you've got stock, and it's quite impersonal to the customer. Whereas with team marketing, you know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with one individual. We don't have to keep stock in our business. We don't have to employ people, despite the fact that some of us have very large global businesses and incomes. It's flexible, so it's hours to suit you, and it's full support and training. But also it is more service to the customer, because we look after our customers. You'll see when I look at the incomes, it's less about having lots of customers than providing good service and really looking after the customers we do have. Now, the reason this works and some of the other benefits of our way of marketing and distributing products is that it's all based on personal recommendation. So when some people say to me, oh, I'm not good at selling, well, honestly, nor was I. I was a charity fundraiser, so certainly nothing I'd ever done before. But this business is about what we all do anyway. Okay, it is important to get to know these products and to trial them first, of course. That's really, really important. But on that basis, if you've just had a nice meal at a restaurant, you're going to recommend that to a friend who you care about, aren't you? And that's exactly what we do, except we get paid very generously to do something which we all do every day naturally anyway. I've already mentioned you've got access to international markets. It's hours to suit you. It's home-based, so you don't have any overheads. I love the fact, coming from the charity sector, that everyone I work with, and I work with people who are already very successful in their employed career, but actually want to match their income and have more the lifestyle to go with it, to allow them to enjoy the money they actually have. But equally, I also work with people who just want to top up their income. But everyone starts on a level playing field, okay? And the company shows us the way of moving up what we call our pay plan, which determines how much you're earning. And it can also involve earning what we call a royalty style income, which you'll see, which I'll explain how that works in a minute. And I'll also just briefly go through some of our extra bonuses as well. But really, our business is very much a personal development business in disguise. That's why I always say to people, there is more than products, there is more than meets the eye, and you'll see why later. But all in all, it's a company which promotes solid ethics and values, and everyone deals directly with Forever. So there's no money flow between you and anyone else other than directly the company. So I'm sure you're asking yourself now what it is we actually do. So anyone within our team will help you develop between 15 and 30 regular customers. Now the key word there is regular. Once you start using these products, you start developing that customer base, you will have people asking you about it, because that is literally the way things are going right now. And then the next thing we do is we find a couple of people who can see what we can see in this opportunity, and we help them and coach them to get their businesses off to a great start. I'm going to translate that into monetary terms. There are lots of figures on here, but I've already said I'm not that much of a digital person, so I'm going to simplify it slightly. Let's just say, for the sake of maths, we're going to help you find 20 customers. And let's just say they're all drinking our gel, which is our best-selling product, or the average customer spend actually is £25 a month. So you could be turning over about £500 a month just by looking after 20 customers, and the company pay you on average 40% on that, which, by the way, is the biggest percentage profit margin which I have come across within this industry, because I have researched lots of different companies who work on the same model, and it is by far the best, not just because of the profit margins. So £200 just by keeping 20 people topped up with something which is naturally improving their health. And a lot of people are now benefiting from that as an extra income. To some people, in fact, when I started this business, it meant being able to pay the bills or not. So that's £200 a month. But when I stopped, so what happened to me is I stopped job hunting because I thought, hang on a minute, I can actually earn more from this business than in my previous full-time job, and that happened within a few months. So for the sake of maths, let's just say we help you develop a couple of people, find and develop a couple of people, and they find 2 people each, and they find 2, etc. Quite frankly, it doesn't happen as evenly as this, especially because the company doesn't give anyone any obligations like that in any sense. But it's just to be able to have a figure here. So you've got 30 people. All we've done is we've coached a couple of people who want to create that change in their lives. We've got 30 people all doing what you're doing, a little bit of retail turnover. And the company then want to thank you for having identified and shown these people the tracks to run on. So with a team of 30 people, despite the fact that you've just found 2, you could be earning £1,200 a month. And that was looking more like it for me when I decided to stop job hunting. But it doesn't stop there. Let's just see, this is pure maths of course, but let's just see what happens if you find 3 good people who really take this business by the hands, they're ready for a change, they're coachable, they want to work from home, and those people find 3 people in their turn as well, etc. You've now got not just 30 but 120 people all doing a little bit of turnover, because that is how we market our products, is through word of mouth marketing, with everyone just looking after a few regular customers. So you could now be earning £3,000 a month because you've helped 3 people literally reach a full-time income. Isn't that rewarding? So you can probably see by now, the more people you help in our business, the more you actually earn. Okay. It doesn't stop there. The company have a few bonuses which are quite unique within our quickly growing industry. And one of the things is that they give back some of the company's profits to people who are creating lots of leaders who are earning a full-time income from this business. So I happen to know that none of the people on this on the photo actually physically need to work another day, but they do because they know they're helping lots and lots of people create an income and also the lifestyle and time to go with it. So this is an extra bonus check which these people every year, which we can all qualify for every year. There's also something called Forever to Drive, which is also termed Earned Incentive or Car Program, which means you get an extra few £100s a month, which you of course can put into a car. And this happens when your team, and this is very much, you need to be a team player in our business, when your team has reached a certain momentum. I'm not that much of a car person, but the car sitting on my drive is one I needed, with a big dog and a baby, and we travel quite a lot, and it is actually company funded. And my friend, when she took me for a doggy walk a day after I was made redundant, and she mentioned this opportunity, and she knew how much I love travelling. I've lived abroad a lot, got friends all over the place, I love travelling, and she knew how much I love travelling, and she said to me, "Anne, you can qualify for 5-star trips paid for by the company." And I looked at her, and I must say I do trust her. She's a 65-year-old woman who has worked hard all her life, so I just totally trusted her, but I just couldn't see myself achieving these things. So the reason I'm just mentioning this now is not to impress you, but I'm mentioning this and how you can qualify these trips because I want people to know that it is totally possible for someone like myself, you know, who has never done anything like this before. So you can achieve global trips. In fact, every year I have achieved some kind of global trip, 5-star, paid for by the company. And the company set out exactly the criteria of how to achieve these trips. In fact, 4 months after I started this business, my business mentor called me and said, "Anne, you've qualified for your first 5-star trip." And that was only after a few months. Just imagine yourself walking into a 5-star hotel for the first time in your life, not earned by yourself, not paid for by parents or anyone else, but you've earned it, and the CEO, a billionaire of a $2.6 billion company, looks you in the eye, names you by your name, and thanks you for all your hard work and efforts. And that to me is what this company is about, because that happened to me. And these trips are absolutely brilliant because you are being surrounded by some very entrepreneurial and very successful, positive and healthy people. So it's not just the trip and the 5-star aspect itself, which is brilliant. But finally, just to kind of start wrapping up really, as I said, I never thought I could do anything like this before, but we do have award-winning support and training. The sales and marketing tools are all there for us to use. There's a lot of online training we do for our team. There are a lot of seminars and events all over the place. But the fact is, unlike a traditional business, you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. Now, a lot of people, in fact, if you're like me, looking at this, you're probably going to be saying to yourself, sounds absolutely brilliant, in fact sounds too good to be true, am I right? The reality is, it does require some time and effort, okay? You need to be willing to learn new skills and develop new skills. You need to be willing to be part of a dynamic team. We are a very dynamic team, we all help each other. And also developing your own team, of course, and developing leadership skills. You know, are you prepared to learn those skills? And also it's being prepared for change, because what we're showing you here is a very, very different way of working. It's a way by which normal people can achieve amazing things working flexibly from home. So hopefully we've been able to give you some food for thought. If you have any more questions, please contact the person who invited you to take a look at this overview. But just finally, just to kind of say, and you know, just to ask yourself where you're at right now. It could be that you say, you know, maybe kind of see the potential, but I need more information. In which case, we've got lots of other videos, and also, you know, we can always meet either online or face to face. We can show you. We might also plug you into your local business presentation, which happens across the country, and in fact across the globe as well. And if it's a maybe, you might also be wanting to use the products, which we. Whatever your answer is, which we would encourage you to do anyway, because the products just speak for themselves, and unless you've tried them, you don't really know how much this business might or might not be for you. Okay, so it might be that you say no, you can see the potential, but it's probably not for you. In which case, that's absolutely fine. You can't have a business which suits absolutely everyone. But can we ask you to maybe, you know, recommend someone who you can think of who is ready for a change, ready to learn new skills, ready for a challenge, or indeed just in need of an extra income? Okay, and also we'd encourage you not just to walk by the products just because the business isn't for you, because the products are really helping lots of people. If it's a yes, and you'd happily get involved, we'd still like to ask you to plug into one of our local business presentations, just to kind of come and meet the team, get to know some other people other than myself or the person who invited you to take a look at this, but also to start getting your hands on the products and using the products. So for whatever it is, whatever your answer is, thank you so much for taking the time to take a look at this. And hopefully we've been able to give you some food for thought, and best of luck with your decision and your future as well. Thanks for listening in.